In this very video, I want to show you quickly what an ego can teach you about business and how you can become a better entrepreneur by using the ego's strategy. You might have heard about the qualities of an ego before now, but you don't know, probably you know, the business strategies that you can learn from ego, or how the strategies and how egos are using whatsoever they have and their qualities to implement same strategies in your business and make your business grow and become profitable over time. With these strategies I'll be sharing with you, you'll be able to make more sales in your business, become more confident about what you do, stay focused about what you do, and keep making more profits in your business. Without what I'm about to share with you, you will not be able to have that confidence to keep making profits in your business. Yes, so I want you to follow me in this very video to the very end so that you will see some of the major lessons that you can learn from an ego, or major lessons that an ego can teach you about how you can make your business more profitable and become a better entrepreneur. The only way you can get results from what you're watching right now is only if you can implement, because I have so much great points that will help you become more effective and efficient in your affairs in business. Do well to share this video to as many that are in business or potential entrepreneurs. Cheers. Yes, without wasting much time, let's dive into what you have in this very video and let me expose to you what you need to know. Okay, now one of the major lessons that you can learn from an ego, or what an ego can teach you about business to make your business more profitable and how you can become a better entrepreneur. The first lesson, the first major lesson that you'll be learning from an ego is work smarter and not just harder. There's a difference between working smarter and working harder. The difference between that bricklayer close to your house, or that bricklayer you know, and that man that will just come as a supervisor to supervise the building and tell you what to do and how to do it, is that one is working smarter and the other is working harder. The one that is just a bricklayer mixing the cement and all of that will be the one sweating, carrying the blocks and all of that. But the other man, as a supervisor, will just come and tell you what to do and how to do it, and he's making his money. Okay, so it is by working smarter, not harder. So an ego doesn't work hard, an ego works smart. Now let me give you what I have here. Okay, yes, some of us think that working 20 hours a day is the way to success. It is not. Okay, you might work until you forget your spouse or children name, or your children's name. Okay, you could even earn yourself a bed in the intensive care unit in the hospital with some hypertension complication because you work so hard and sit all day. Now this is what happens to that bricklayer. He works and works, and to some point he might even forget his wife's name or his children's name. He works harder, you understand, and at the end of the day he ends up having hypertension complication, end up in the hospital bed. Okay, so it doesn't work like that with an ego. Or the doctors start thinking that the only way to keep you from work is to keep you in the hospital for a while. Can you hear that? Be smart, Mr. Entrepreneur. You need to be smart. Work smart and not just hard. Do you know that eagles take advantage of thermal currents to rise effortlessly higher and higher in a relaxed and poised manner? They use what? Thermal currents to rise without stress. So they work smart. You get that? Can't you think creatively and begin harnessing some forces in your enterprise in your favor? Start by transforming your thinking. That is where it starts. Now I saw a very incredible caption in one of the books I was reading. It said, it is in your mindset. The difference between the poor and the rich is in your mindset. Okay, and this is what I'm about to say here right now. You need to transform your thinking. Believe that you can soar and see great heights, and also soar above wings of business adversity. Stop blaming others for your entrepreneurial problems. Take responsibility. You must see further and observe storms in advance. Harness even negative forces to your advantage. The ego will not complain when there are negative forces. The ego will soar higher when the storm gets thicker. Do you get it? So it's not all about how you are planning to start working hard and doing things that will make you feel like you are working well, but how you strategize and work smart. Do you get that? I don't want us to waste much time here, but it's about how you creatively think. Do you get that? Let's move to the next slide. Master your own weakness. Some persons will end up taking their weaknesses as a disadvantage. You end up saying, I am an introvert. I can't go into business. I can't become an entrepreneur. Who told you that? Nobody was born an introvert. You gave yourself that name. So over time, there are some weakness that you feel will not make you go further. An ego will never see any form of weakness. All right, let me give you what I have here. Master your own weakness. The eaglet hops in the nest, jumping occasionally, and then later voluntarily flying out of the nest. These are startup exercises as the eaglet learns to be independent and begins to reach out to the unknown. Do you get that? Over time, the eaglet will be in the nest, jumping and jumping before it will be given the opportunity to go out, to fly out, so that it will meet the possibilities of the unknown. Do you get that? It is reported that when mother eagle does not see this drive for growth and independence in the eaglets, it even withholds food sometimes to compel the eaglets to make a move. Mother eagle even allows the eaglets to start a free fall as a part of flight training, and then grabs them midair if there is danger. It will grab them when there is danger. Now this is what a mother eagle will do. The mother eagle will go up to the cliff, up to the mountain, as a way of trying to see if this eaglet is becoming very good. It will leave the eaglet to the unknown. It will leave the eaglet from the top of that cliff, coming down with force. So now it's not the eaglet that will now try to push ahead its weakness. Do you understand? Now the mother eagle will now go back to get the eaglet if the eaglet is actually in danger or going the wrong way. So you cannot stay down and begin to complain that you have weakness, and this your weakness is making you not to do well in business, it's not making you become a better entrepreneur. You need to face your weakness, master your weakness, and delve into the unknown. Do you get that? And you see that that weakness is becoming strength. Are you the budding entrepreneur who has been lacking the starting energy to roll up your sleeves and get working to start your enterprise? Are you afraid of that initial motion? Might be difficult and challenging, by the way. It will be difficult by the way, but you need to just opt in. Okay, as you launch out in your business, do you need circumstances to push you to commence your entrepreneurial dreams, or make that big move in your already operating business? Break out of your shell and leave your comfort zone, Mr. Entrepreneur. You are still in that shell, and there is no way you'll be able to have access to that result you are looking for when you are closed in that shell. But when you break out that shell, you'll be able to delve into the unknown. Okay, that is how it ought to be. Let's move to the next slide. Master your own fears. This is one of the major lessons you should learn from an ego. In this dispensation, we have so many people that they end up fearing the unknown. You don't know what you are afraid of, but you are just afraid of failing. Do you understand? But it doesn't happen that way with an ego. You just end up afraid. You don't know what you are afraid of, the fear of the unknown. But let me give you what I have here. Have courage and boldness. Without courage and boldness, you will not be able to run that business well. Do you know that egos don't beg? Egos don't beg. And this is one of the major mistakes I do see people do. I do see people do in business. Why will you be selling a solution to a problem? If you really know your product is a solution to a problem, why will you beg your potential clients to patronize you? I do see words like, please patronize me, please this and that. It is not done. You are not to beg to give solution to a problem. An ego will never beg. I think I said something like this in one of my videos, that you don't need to beg your potential clients to give them solution to their problem. If it's really a solution, if your product is really a solution, you don't need to beg for people to patronize you. Okay, so egos don't beg. They don't beg. They don't succumb to self-pity. Do you get that? And become crybaby. Egos dare. They dare. They reach out, whatever the circumstances, and get out and get what they want. They are extremely bold and courageous, and are reported to attack and knock kangaroos and sheep off the cliffs in a rocky part of Australia. Do you get that? You have got to be daring to be a successful entrepreneur. Don't you agree with me? You need to go out. I don't know why some persons will just end up being in their comfort zone and waiting for that opportunity to come to them, or waiting for somebody to come and say, hey, this is your product, I want to obtain it. It is not done that way, and it's not possible. There is no way you produce a product, or you creatively produce a product and you kept it in your house and you're expecting people to come and patronize you. You need to let it out. You need to let it to reach people that needs it. Okay, so this is how it works. Come on, you need to invest money fearlessly. You need to dare to invest money fearlessly. You need to enter new territories, introduce product lines. Do you hear that? With boldness and courage. If you really know what your product can do, or probably that product you are promoting, if you know what it's capable of, you should be able to promote it with boldness and courage. All right, get moving with courage and boldness in your entrepreneurial endeavors. Stop crying about the market, the economy, competition, etc. See, crying will never solve problems. Being pitied or feeling pitied cannot solve the problem. So you need to do what? Face your own fears and make things happen. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Commitment to excellence. Let excellence or being excellent become a commitment. Do you understand? See, whatever you are doing, you should know that people are doing it too. And the reason why people are patronizing Mr. A to you or preferring Mr. A to you is because of Mr. A over time is committed to excellence. It's not that he's too good, but there's a unique way he's doing it. Do you understand? Okay, let me give you what I have here quickly. The ego is committed to excellence in everything it does. It is committed to excellence. The golden eagle builds very good and strong nest. Do you get that? Very strong nest. High up in the mountains, far away from many risks. So this means it is risk conscious. The eagle's nest is very strong, so that when winds or storm comes, it will not take it off. All right, so the eagle is prepared for that. It repairs its nets consciously. It repairs its nets consciously to deal with wear and tear. He knows, so he repairs his nets consciously against wear and tear. So the ego knows maintenance, yet some folks work machines and humans until they break down. Some folks will work until they break down. They will use machine without checking what needs to be done, normal maintenance that needs to be done for the machine to keep working effectively and efficiently. They'll keep working with it until it wears out. It's not supposed to be like that, or until it breaks down. When the ego realizes that it's getting old, this is one of the amazing things you will learn from an ego. I know you've had it before. When an ego knows that it's getting old, the beak and talons are no longer as sharp as required. What will the ego do? The feathers are old and not as good as required for covering and other roles. Okay, the ego takes time to rejuvenate. Do you get that? It's reported that the ego gets away to a hiding place high in the mountains, where it takes days and weeks to sharpen its beaks and talons against rocks. It blocks out its old feathers and allows new ones to grow. Do you hear this? So it's actually a time for the ego to recover its strength, recover its ability to do whatsoever it can do. If you feel you are getting weak in your business, you are getting old in your business, you are not getting strategies that you ought to use in making your business grow, if it is possible for you to calm down and go and recover by doing research, it will help you. This is a strategy that the ego uses. It dips itself into very cold water to wash out all the dirt and get rejuvenated before it goes back to face the world. Now, do you routinely analyze your weakness and work on them as an entrepreneur? Mr. Entrepreneur, you need quality time to hide out and relax. Reflect on your visions and missions. Visions rebuild themselves in quietness. Do you get that? It is not by just just being busy and doing different things. There are times you need to stay quiet and stay mute and rethink, do research, and see what will make your business go forward and become better. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Focus. I do say this in most of my videos. Focus. The F is for focus. O, on. C is for course. Then U is for until. Then S is for success. You need to focus on one skill till success emerges. There is something about focus. It makes you become so conscious about the fact that if result is not coming from this thing I'm doing, I will remain in it until result comes. Until result comes, I will not dive into another thing until I see result in this very one I'm doing. I will keep doing it. Okay, this is one of the major lessons you will learn from an eagle. Have you ever seen an eagle swooping down to a target? Come on, like an eagle swooping down to a target. There is no discouragement from anywhere that will make the eagle feel that you can't get it. Even though the eagle hears from another bird, you see this one go, you can't get it. The eagle will be focused until the eagle gets whatsoever it wants to get or its prey. What a wonderful focus. It goes, concentration and speed. Nothing deters an eagle at that stage. It's like a pilot targeting the runway to bring that huge craft. You get that? So you need to be focused. Something that makes me amazed, and what makes me feel this generation will not get quick results, is that they are not focused on a particular course, on a particular project until success comes. Do you get that? They are not focused. They just feel like, since the result is not coming from here anymore, let me move to this place. An eagle will never do that. Okay? Yes. So it's about prioritizing lesser focus, sense of speed and urgency, concentration. The target on the goal, etc. Entrepreneur. Nothing should deter you from pursuing your business goals with focus. You have got to surmount obstacles. Okay, you need lesser focus and concentration to achieve some critical business goals and objectives in a timely manner. Your enterprise needs to act with speed and power. Okay, the market requires your dependability. Don't you agree with me? I'm very sure you do agree with me. So you need focus and concentration too. Now the last lesson you will learn from an eagle in this very video is fly with the eagle and don't scratch with the turkeys. You will never see an eagle mingling with turkeys. No. The reason why your mindset is not regional, is not shaped, or the reason why your mindset is not sharp, is because you are an eagle and you are mingling with smaller birds, you are mingling with dogs, you are mingling with turkeys. So what do you expect? So you need to soar, you need to fly with an eagle too, and not scratch with the turkeys. The eagle knows it's the king of the birds, and hence it sets for itself very high targets. It must fly high. It is not going to waste time on the ground scratching for food with lesser creatures. Okay, like the turkeys, it is determined to stay aloft to where few creatures, including humans, can reach. It only comes to the ground occasionally with a specific interest. What is your interest? What do you want to achieve? you don't really know what you want. That is the reason why you are not getting results. You cannot get results in what you don't even know. Do you get that? Or what you don't really have interest in. All right, are you going to be an entrepreneur scratching for remnants of the market, or are you determined to ride high and control a good portion of the big cake? Will you be contented with the little grains in the sand, or will you launch out and get some of the big and juicy deals in the market? Do you have ambition in your entrepreneurial pursuits, or are you just another number and name in the business world? So you need to shake off from that shell and stop mingling with turkeys and fly with eagles. Okay, I'm very sure you got value in this very video, and it has changed your mindset. It has changed your mindset so much. That same way, do well to reach out to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 persons, 20 persons, 50 persons in your contact list, and share this video with them so that their mindset too will be reshaped, and they will get to learn these 6 major lessons from an ego, so that they will make their business more profitable and become a better entrepreneur. Thank you for watching till this time. Do well to subscribe to my channel, and make sure your notification bell is on, so that when my next video will be coming, you'll be aware. Cheers.